What's up everyone, and welcome to another YuGiOh Duel Links video. So the KC Cup has finally ended and now we are up with a new event, and now it's a Zexal event. This Zexal event features Girag or Girag, whatever you want to call him. So this friendship game event allows you to unlock Girag as a playable character on the 21st of February at 1 PM. So this is his second time round appearing in YuGiOh Duel Links. So if you didn't manage to unlock him the previous time, this is your chance to do so right now. Not to mention, you also gain the bonus skill, which is called the hand reloading, which is obtainable via the event mission rewards, which will be available later on in episode 3 or episode 4 upon the unlocking of Girag as a playable duelist. So if this is your first time round going for this event, you gotta get your chance on obtaining the card sleeves, the game mats, as well as the event exclusive cards right now, as well as ones from the previous round like Cataclysmic, Scorching Sunburner, and also Magic Hand. And for the event cards this time round, this is actually quite interesting, especially for Fire Kings. This is called Fencing Fire Ferret. It's a level 4, 1700 attack points, and it's a Beast Effect monster. So this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard target face-up monster your opponent controls, destroy that target, and if you do, inflict 250 damage to your opponent. So as a recommendation says, works well with Fire King decks. That is actually true because Fire King Island, the field spell itself, allows you to destroy a card in your hand to add a Fire King monster from your deck to your hand. So using this effect while going on the second turn, you get to destroy your opponent's face-up monster just like that, and clear the board as much as you can. And just like that, proceed to the duel. So it all depends on what kind of deck you're running. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Fire King deck. You can also play with other decks that basically relies on destroying their own individual monsters, to therefore proceed to have a much more playable outcome overall. You don't actually need to play with Fire Kings. You can even just set this monster face down and let your opponent destroy it and destroy their monster in that process. Kind of like Man Eater Bug, but minus the flip effect and the fact that this is a level 4 and has a decent attack point stat overall. Next up we have Nimble Momonga. So this is kind of like a dragon troop I guess, where you destroy one copy, you can special summon 2 other copies from the deck. But this time round, Nimble Momonga allows you to gain 1000 life points, and special summon up to any number of Nimble Momongas you have in your deck in face down defense position. So by going on the first turn, you set this card face down, your opponent destroys it, special summon 2 others, and if they end their turn, the next following turn you go into a Link 2, Link 1, XCs, or even a Synchro depending on what kind of deck you're running, and basically have a much more common play going there and forward and thus far. So one of the nice effects is that it gains 1000 life points. That's a pretty nice bonus overall. Even though you want to compare with Fencing Fire Ferret has a much better effect overall because you get to pop one card your opponent controls. For Nimble Momonga, you get to special summon a field presence onto the field with 2 extra copies of it. So if you want to play this card in the deck, I recommend playing up to 3 copies and pray that you do not get to draw all 3 or at least more than 2 of them in your hand. So aside from that, we have the continuation of the entire episode system whenever it comes to unlocking a legendary duelist. So this is basically it, as you can see in episode 1, episode 2, and 3, 4, and 5. So a cumulative reward system, as you scroll down, you get to actually increase the amount of points right there by dueling against Girag on a consistent basis, as well as in late game in episode 4 and episode 5, you'll have a meter you get to fill out and play a baseball tag duel match with Girag, and essentially score as much as you can in order to get some bonus rewards overall. And aside from that, let's get into a duel so that I can show you what kind of deck he's actually running. He runs pretty much a hand deck if you want me to say it lightly. I can't actually explain how it actually works. So it's Fire Hand, Ice Hand, blah blah blah, and all those other hands. Even the Xyz boss monster is a hand, and it's a very gruesome artwork that I do not actually like. It still grosses me out every time I look at it. So let's proceed with duel. My 6 samurai against your hand deck. Okay, let's see.
Here I go. Appear. Here I go.
Okay, let's see what you got. Okay, that's fine.
At this moment,
I hope you're happy with that, because I am.
from my hand, come on now. I summon. I activate a continuous. I activate a continuous spell.
There we go.
Come on now. I
I should have activated that before special summoning Fuma, but whatever. Let's go into our synchro real quick. Legendary 6 Samurai Fuma.
Check this out. Synchro summon.
Shi'en.
Setting the car.
And let's proceed to duel. There you go. 1100 in your second turn. I hope you enjoyed that. Because that 1000 life points you burned into me on the first turn. That's pretty cheap, but whatever. Let's go. Trap hole, alright. So we're just gonna summon this. We're just gonna set this. Proceed with the battle phase, 2500 in your face, and here's something funny, 200 in your face, just like that. And I'm just gonna end my turn, so enjoy yourself while you still can. Oh, that's it? Okay, never mind. I expected too much of you. There we go, attack. I'm gonna negate that, sorry. And 25 in your face. Call that magic number if you want to call it that way. But regardless, as you see in the early levels, he uses 6 samurai deck as well. Although he has no voice lines with them, he mainly has a voice line with most of the hand cards. So here are the ones that I'm talking about: Ice Hand, Prominence Hand, Fire Hand, blah blah blah, Hand, and the Xyz finisher, the Strong Arm. So this guy pretty much loves biceps and hands overall. So aside from that, that's basically what you're gonna get by leveling up this character, and there isn't actually any more better Xyz or even hand monsters, if you want me to call it that. Aside from that, you also get the capsule reward, as you can see on screen right now. Alright, nice, I got 3 gems, that's pretty sweet. And aside from that, by dueling against Girag, you also stand a chance, you also can obtain this EX Jewel, Jowls. So here it is, EX Jewels, and you can exchange them with the card trader EX over there. So on the first page, Girag appears. So let's see, Fencing Fire Ferret is you can only obtain the glossy or prismatic copy as an upgrade. So you gotta obtain your Fencing Fire Ferret by dueling against Girag, or even the cumulative reward system, just like that. But Nimble Manga 1 copy is here as well. If you actually manage to obtain 2 copies and you want your last copy, you can obtain them right there. Although I would recommend you guys to actually save your jewels for these rewards over there, because you actually need it in the future, just in case a very good legendary duelist appears in the future that's actually worth farming their cards and materials for. And aside from that, that's pretty much all I'm gonna say about this entire event. It's pretty much straightforward, and also that the fact is he uses a hand deck and goes into a rank 4 monster. So here it is. Here's the one I'm talking about. 106 Giant Hand. During either player's turn, when a monster effect is activated on your opponent's side of the field, detach materials target that effect monster. While this card is face on the field, that effect monster's effects are negated, and they cannot change its battle position. So by reading that effect itself, you already know it's pretty bad. So it's bad to the point of I have Fiendish Chain. I'd rather use that instead of using this card, because there are better rank 4 Xyz monsters overall. So it's not worth summoning this monster, and it's better if you go into other decks to play for this entire character overall. But anyways, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is gonna be a short one, and I'll see you next time when there's something interesting does pop up in the future. But I'll still keep uploading shorts of my duels in the KC Cup, and I hope that they find them interesting or even hilariously funny. So until then, goodbye, stay safe, and good night.